In this video, I will show you how to receive products or purchases into the system. To do that, you do it through what we call the purchase orders. You simply click on purchase orders on the left side menu, as I have done. You can see create new purchase order here, new purchase order button here. You click on that. This is the purchase order menu. So you can always create the purchase order for a specific branch. So you first have to select your branch. I will choose, say, Encarta Pharmacy Tech. Then I'll choose the supplier I want to buy the products from. So let me choose, say, SK Pharmaceuticals. Then the date I expect the item to reach my premises, that is the expected delivery date. I'll click on this and say by the 31st of this month. Then if I have any notes I want to tell the supplier, I can just add it here. Then here we have the items. So assuming the product I want to buy is, say, Artemether Lumefantrine. I want to buy a quantity of, say, 150. Click add. Then add another one. Let me say I want to buy diclofenac, the product I added in my previous video. Let me say I want 200 of this. Click add products. Assuming I want to add a methylated spirit. This, I say, let's say I want to add 300. Assuming these are the three products I want to buy from the supplier. Once I'm done adding it like this, I'll just click create purchase order. Okay, the purchase order is created. Now, when you come down here, you can see that the window is divided into two. We have the purchase order queue, then we have purchase order detail. These ones here list the purchase orders that have been created so far. Each one has its reference numbers. Okay, so, and each purchase order you select, the details is displayed on the right column. So assuming I select this, you can see that the purchase order detail page has changed. If I select this, it has changed. If I select this, it has changed. If I select this, it has changed. If I select this, that has also changed. If I select this, that has also changed. So let me pick the one at the top, which is this. So this is actually the purchase order I just created. You can see the three products I added here, the Artemether Lumefantrine, the diclofenac, and then the methylated spirit. They are listed here. So now I created a purchase order, but I have not sent it to my supplier. To send it to my supplier, I have to click on this button, mark send to supplier. So I click on that. It says purchase order sent. So now the status of the purchase order will change to sent, as you can see here. All right, so now assuming the items have been brought to my premises, I have to receive them. To do that, I have to click on this receive stock button. Still on that purchase order, I have to click on this receive stock button. So when I click this, okay, before I click the button, observe the products we have. We have the Artemether Lumefantrine, and this is the quantity I ordered. I have the diclofenac. This is the quantity I ordered, and I have methylated spirit. This is the quantity I ordered. So when I click on receive stock, it gives them to me this way. Okay, so the invoice number that came with the product, you enter them here. So let me say the invoice number here is, say, SK125. The time the items received, by default it is today's date. I can leave this without touching it. So all right, here, so below we have the three products we ordered for. If the products are 100, all of the 100 products will be listed here. So the quantity received here is 1150. The quantity received for this is 200. The quantity received for this is 300. Assuming not all the quantities were brought in, you can actually edit and type the actual products that were brought in. Assuming this one is not 1150, it is 100. You enter it as it is. Okay, let me revert back. Then you have to give each product, each one a batch number. So let me say this one is ENC125. Let me add the date to it so to differentiate them. Always you have to make sure that the batch number you are giving to a product is never assigned to a different product. If not, there will be conflict. So let me say today's date is 19-7-125. Okay, if there is any expiry date, you set that here. let me say the product is expiring somewhere 2030. Okay, so manufacturing date, you can get all that from the label of the product. If you want to specify the unit cost, you can specify that here. Then let me come to the next product. Let me give this one the batch number of, let's say, ENC-17-7. Then I'll call this 126. That is the batch number. Expiry date, let me give it, let me say 2034. If there is any manufacturing date, you indicate it here. Then the last one, let me give this, let me say ENC as the batch number, 17-7, say 127. If there is any expiry date, you specify it. Let me say, this one will be expiring, let me say 2040. Okay, once I'm done specifying them like this, I have to click on Post Goods Receipt. Click. And it says Goods Receipt posted successfully, as you can see. Now, it means that those items have been received. So if you look at the purchase order, you can see the status here. It says received here. Okay, let me do the same thing with the purchase order below so that you'll understand the flow very well. You can see that the tag for this one is draft. It means it hasn't been worked on yet. So if I click on it, I see the details of the items requested. Artemether lumefantrine 1 and augmentin 16. So let me mark send to supplier. Once I click mark send to supplier, you can see that the status of it will change to sent. Okay, so let me receive them. I'll click on receive stock. These are the two items I requested for. Let me give this also a batch number. Let me say ENC dash 19-7, let me say 333. If there's any expiry dates, we can give it. Let me give this one 2030. Okay, then come to the augmenting, give this one to another batch number ENC-19-7, let me say 334. If there is any expiry dates, we can set it, let me say same 2030. Okay, once I click on Post Goods Receipt, it will receive the items into stock and the tag for that will change to received. Okay, now if you look at the third one below, it says partially received. It means this particular purchase order was prepared, sent to the supplier, but not all the items were received. Portions of that were received. So if I click on it, you see the items that were requested for and those that were received. So we requested for artemether lumefantrine this. We ordered for 500 and 400 were brought in. This augmentin we requested for 100 and 100 were also brought in, which means that the augmentin were received fully. It is the artemether lumefantrine that was not received fully. So if I come to the received history here, you can see that artemether lumefantrine we received quantity of 400 instead of 500, and the augmentin we received the quantity of 200, which means we received everything. So now if I come here and click on receive stock, the system will list only the products that were partially received here. And you see the balance we are expecting from here. So let me say this balance has been brought in. So we are going to receive it. So I will just come to my batch number and give it a batch. So let me say ENC 19-7. Let me say 335. This is the batch number I'm giving it. If there is any expiry dates, we can specify. Let me still use my 2030. Okay, once I'm done, I'll click on Post Goods to Receipt. And the tag for that will also change to received. So this is how you create purchase orders, and then this is how you receive them into your system. So now if I come to my stock levels here, I want to confirm if the products have actually been received. I'm currently on all branches. I think I selected Encarta Pharmacy Tech. So if I come here, I should be able to see my artemether lumefantrine, the quantity I requested for 1150, my diclofenac, the quantity for 200, my methylated spirit, quantity of 300, and I have this paracetamol too of 65. So that means the items are now in stock and we can start selling them. Thank you very much.